Welcome back, Guardians. Okay, I haven't talked about breakfast in a long time, so what am I having? Basic ramen, the 3 minute boil in the pan kind of stuff with the little soup packet. I only threw an egg over it, let it set up, re-microwaved it, get the gluten chains all working around it. Now I've got what feels like a highly textured tofu, and it's really delicious. The egg comes through really, really well. Anyway, the point of the video, like I said, I really do love this game, but I do wish that they had a speed run feature. Not necessarily a time attack where you have to get it done under a certain amount of time, otherwise, things blow up on you. I'm talking like a speed run feature, the fact that you have a list of activities, maybe something, off to the side or somewhere down here, where it doesn't take more than 10 minutes. You are locked in at 10 minutes. You get to, you do as much as you can in 10 minutes, and then that's it. The activity is completed. Because getting getting not being able to finish an activity because you only have about 8 to 12 minutes um, to do anything because you're on a break or something like that. It's really kind of difficult to get into this game, and I can understand why people who like to play Fortnite or Apex Legends when it was around, or Overwatch when it was popular, or even World of Warcraft. Uh, all of these events, all of these activities, you can either hop in and hop out without losing progress or risking your character's destruction or anything else, um, or they were locked in as long as I mean, Fortnite actually has a dead limit to it because it has the storm, and at a certain point, everyone's on the map is still going to die until first person until one of the persons is standing alone or such things. But anyway, now I know in Crucible you do get about 12-minute runs. They can be faster, but I mean, I don't want to play PvP. What if I don't want to play PvP? What if I just want to farm my Pathfinders and get some engrams and stuff? And it's a feel bad situation when you've got to leave the activity halfway through or partway through, and then you get kicked to orbit because you're inactive. Now I understand that that's all meant to keep people from sandbagging and things like that. And I'm sure if I was playing with an actual friends group, if I was actually in a fire team with actual other players and not just playing, well, everybody's an actual player, but if I wasn't the rando in the game, I'm sure if I was actually with a fire team, that the chances of me getting kicked from the game would probably be a whole lot less. I do remember that back when the clan was active and we were doing, weekly activities and we were trying to get engrams and farming for particular pieces of gear and things like that. That if one of us had to take a phone call or run to the restroom or receive a package or something like that, uh, that they'd be gone for up to 2 to 3 minutes, and you know they wouldn't be kicked because they're part of our fire team. It was very rare, very, very, very rare. In fact, I can remember a raid way back. We were playing Vault of Glass, and one of our guys was he had like three jobs, I think, and then Friday or Saturday night, I can't remember. I think it was a Friday night. Um, was the only time that he could play, and so we all kind of we ran our other two characters because we all ran three characters: Warlock, Titan, Hunter. We would run our other two characters through the week. We all had time to play, and then on this one night, this friend of ours, would join up, and we'd run all three of his characters, which meant that yes, that's true. We did 4 runs. We did 2 runs that didn't really give us anything because you didn't get multiple rewards um, for doing the run on the same character. Bungie, even back then, was pretty strict about that grinding farming situation. It is funny as fuck because how they go on and on about how they don't want us grinding, but then everything about the game says grind. You got to. So I think if you had shorter activities with decent rewards, I'd probably see a lot more players in the game. I probably would, and I think that's probably why I get lobbied in with a bunch of Microsoft, Xboxes and PC players, is because they got all the time in the world. Apparently, it seems like Sony kids just don't have that much time on their hands, and that's kind of weird to think about because But then again, when you think about, I mean, well, PC is pretty expensive. I don't know what Xbox price point is anymore, but I remember when I had a 360, it cost more than a PlayStation 3 at the time. And of course, I was not playing PlayStation 3 because I was on the 360 for reasons, Halo. You would go figure, huh? Right? But but yeah, it'd be nice if there was like a little sub list that you could get into that wasn't Gambit, that wasn't Crucible, something in the strikes and the PVE, maybe even something you can solo, at any levels of power. That was just a quick, single room, two room little event, just kind of like, I don't know. I'm thinking kind of like something smaller. Oh, Fireteam. Fireteam is a scaled down version of Kill Team, which is a skirmish version of Warhammer 40k, just for context. And Fireteam, you can play a game in about 15, 20 minutes. Or Match of the Gathering. Match of the Gathering games can go as little as 8 minutes. And I'm looking at a sweet spot, something about the pacing and the speed time and the time limit of say Mayhem. Mayhem's about I think 8 minute match, and I think Rumble might actually be that way. But I mean, if we had like a Mayhem version of Operations, that would be something pretty sweet that you could throw into the game. I think a lot of people would get into that. I think people would really enjoy that, and of course, you probably want to make it solo. So it's like your super is like constantly coming up, your abilities are constantly coming up, and you can actually progress some bounties in it too. Maybe just to kind of restrict the overindulgence because fuck that. Bungie would ever want us to fucking totally have an exploitative event, but maybe kind of like have keys involved or some tokens or something like that. You can earn tokens through the week doing other activities. Like, if you do 5 basic Vanguard ops, you get like, 2 or 3 tokens to get into this like mayhem styled Vanguard op where you just go in like an arena and just murder the shit out of everything around you. And if you do like a 2-man team, then, of course, you might, get a little bit of extra time. But like the faster you complete it, the more points you get, maybe, or you get a set amount of time, and then it's all about, whatever you earn from that is what you get, kind of situation. I don't know. I know the game has had something similar to it with seasonal events, and they were fantastic. I mean, the forest event for Halloween, I think, is pretty cool. But I think actually over the last couple of years, they kept creeping the time on it. And people talk about video games and power creep. They talk about any kind of game in power creep. But Destiny seems to be, time creep. Everything's taking just a little bit longer each season, and I don't think that's. I think that's them wholeheartedly trying to make the game more challenging for the more experienced or veteran players. But throwing like 5 more enemies into the game or adding tiered boss encounters, where you have to like wait for immunity phases to go through. That doesn't make the game more challenging. It makes it more tedious, and that's what I'm trying to find is some activity that I can engage in, where I can get my engrams for the vendors that doesn't involve a lot of tedium. And honestly, the gunsmith bounties are really that good. It's just a shame that the Warden's Law doesn't show up in Banshee's pool just yet, because I really like that gun, and that's really why I'm here. I'm farming for another 5 Vanguard engrams so I can focus another Warden's Law. I think I've got the pretty good one though. I think the Warden's Law I have is the best one I'm going to get, based upon what I've seen in the community reports. Hey, bam! Ooh, wow, I can't even PBR right sniper. I suck. Wow, really? Okay. It's like, yeah. To understand that drama, let's tell you this real fast. This is what I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to get that because I don't want to do Gambit. I just don't want to play Gambit right now. I want to keep my efforts into Vanguard so I can get the Vanguard engrams. And we got a while to go. I'm going to give it one more. I'm going to give this one more run for Vanguard Ops to get a better Warden's Law than the one I have, if in fact there is something better. But I mean, based upon my RNG, there should be something better. Because because this is the Warden's Law that I do have, and I did actually enhance it. I got Adrenaline Junkie and Enlightened Action, which is actually pretty decent. And it was, and I'm happy with it. It plays very well with what I do, and I think maybe that's probably going to be it. But yeah, I mean, this is already fucking 8 minutes, and like I can remember when this strike was like we could be done in 8 minutes, but I don't know what they added to it. If they added more ads, or is it the fact that I'm just not, murdering everything around me like usual. I mean, I don't want to say that games go fast because I apply my effort to them. I mean, shit, what do I have here? I've got a Warlock. I saw that. And did I get 2 Warlocks? I mean, fuck, dude. 2 Warlocks. We should be done already. What is this? A Titan? This is a Titan. Okay. Yeah, we're a balanced team. We should be done already. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I just like things going a little bit faster when it comes to gameplay. I don't really want to play 15 minutes. It's like I like it. I like it when I like the modern episode times. Like most episodes that we watch on stream are about 28 minutes or so, and then of course there's commercials. The but that's about all we have time for anymore. I don't know. That's all. Thanks for hanging out, listening to me rant. If you want to, go ahead and support the idea of a quick playlist, I mean, a literal, real, soloable quick playlist where you can get in and challenge yourself by going as fast as you can or scooping as much as you can. Go ahead and sound off in your own little video, or maybe write Bungie a letter in the chats or whatever. Till next time, be nice and play well.